us off, Terry.
Oh, Coach, talk a little bit about some of the strategies on the 3-on-3 and overtime that worked out beautifully Saturday night. That was quite a play, quite a setup.
Yeah.
Number 23 there to put home. But there's science to it, obviously, and it's evolving, isn't it? If you watch the NHL
Sure.
and the regroups, they're going clear back out into center ice, and it was a sight to behold for Maverick fans, wasn't it? And you, I'm sure.
Sure, yeah. No, just first off, to see Victor get his first goal was exciting. A guy that does things the right way for a long time, to get rewarded in such a big fashion, too, with a very big goal. So, yeah, just taking him through the play, just brought the puck back out to the neutral zone. It's a long change, right? You have to change sides on there, so it's a long change. So you kind of want to bring that puck up, but not too deep to not allow the other team to change, and got some good momentum. And then a lot of times when you're facing against a forward or a defenseman, their gap is compromised, and kind of gave that guy a little bit outside speed move and took it to the net and then went short side shelf. So just a beautiful goal, and you're right, it's something we work on a lot now, just as it's a big part of the game that's going straight to 3-on-3 for overtime there. So lots of different concepts to work on, and it's something that we practice and you got to spend time on.
What's the kind of overall vibe of the group after that big time win on Saturday? Probably feeling pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. I think just again too, I thought how we played the game on Saturday was a good blueprint on how to face a really good opponent and give yourself a chance to success. So really proud of the video on Monday. Was really good when you did the game recap, just kind of showing. It's always nice when you can show examples of guys doing the right things, and there was a lot of good examples of that on Saturday night. So good energy there, and obviously Moose getting on the board, Randall getting on the board. Nice to get some good mojo going for a few of our players.
What does a win like that say about your team? You guys were up and then it got taken away, and then you guys were down and then it got taken away, and then you scored to actually take the lead, and then they tie it with 10 seconds left to go, and obviously win it on T. What does that kind of say about your team?
Yeah, it's an opportunity to build your mental skill set, because it's lots of highs and lows with those goals, getting called back and getting getting two almost goals, I guess, called back on us, and then with 11 seconds left, them tying the game on a deflected puck, out of the air, which is a nice play by them, but one that doesn't happen too often. So. Again, just speaks to resiliency of the group, and I think that's one of our strengths, right? I think one of our strengths is our mental makeup, and to continue to work on that as we, continue our non-conference schedule, then right back into conference play. So it's something that you can always learn from and keep growing from, and just great response from the group.
You mentioned hopping into non-conference with Long Island coming in this weekend. They won their last three. What have you seen on video that, in terms of scouting, what to expect out of them this weekend? Yeah,
we know it's going to be a hard match. We're going to get their best, and they've just played, watching our conference opponents, where they played Colorado College to, it was 1-goal games. They had their goal out in both those games, and like you said, coming off with some wins in a row here. So they're going to be big, they're going to be heavy, they're going to be competitive. We were in a 1-goal game with them last season there up in Long Island, so we know it's going to be not to be an easy. So, but again, I think just keep bringing that focus back to ourselves and continue to work on our identity, our standards of play is our main focus here heading into the weekend.
Looking back at the changes from Friday, Saturday, someone was asking me, what kind of mental and physical adjustments do you guys make from game to game over a weekend series?
Yeah, well, we'll just, again, usually a lot doesn't change from far as scouting your opponent from Friday, Saturday. You spent the whole week kind of looking at them, and not a lot of usually tactical changes besides a few things. But I think just obviously we made some lineup changes, and I think it was just more us making sure we don't give those high-flying teams opportunities. I think that's to make sure they're coming 200 feet, to make sure they got to earn what they get, to make sure you don't give yourself up, especially when you don't have support through the middle ice. So just things like that, I think, are good lessons to learn when you're playing a highly offensive team, on things that you have to be very careful on and things you got to execute at the high level.
We'll hear from Griffin, and I know he was kind of hurt at times last year, but just how have you seen his game evolve from last season and just early this season? Yeah,
he was a good guy. I actually used him as an example to my son the other day. We were talking about playing time and, coaches deciding who plays and stuff. And he was injured last year, but he was also a healthy scratch at times last year too. And, but just kept showing up and doing the right things over and over again. And you can't control when your opportunity is going to come. and there's lots of things out of your control, but there's lots of things in your control as well. And so he's a great example of just continue to invest in the process, invest in yourself while being a good teammate. And then when opportunity presents itself, if you prepared properly, you got a chance of success. And obviously he's done a great job this season, not only helping us offensively, but being a regular in our lineup and contributing there. So great example that you never know when your time's going to come, but if you put the work in, you got a better chance of success when your time does come.
We'll change Ludtke's over to Tanner. How did you feel that his move from center to the wing benefited him and also potentially benefited Ty Mueller as well?
Yeah, again, I think I don't want to protect Tanner Ludtke, but he is a young guy that's coming in as he's in high school last year, coming in as a true freshman, and playing in the middle in our conference is a tough task. Both physically, it's just demanding, right? You all have to battle down low, and you got to get up and down the sheet. So I thought just moving him to the wing just allows him for maybe his skill to still shine through without being so fatigued from the rigors of playing down the middle. And also I think now, pairing up with Ty Mueller a little bit too allows, he made a beautiful pass to Ty on his breakaway. So just plays like that we know he can make. And while he's getting his feet wet in the NCHC play and non-conference play, it allows him just a little bit more time to, maybe not have to be involved down low physically. So I thought our lines were really balanced on Saturday. I thought him and Mueller and Hurrdat were great. I thought Jimmy and Maddie and Randall obviously had that great goal for the second goal. And then I think we had Lansdale, Sully, and Bremer who've been really, really solid, for a few games in a row. And then we've had some really good, for the last line there, we've had some really good contributors from, different guys coming in and out and contributing there as well. So, I liked it. I thought it was good opportunity for T to play a little bit of a different spot and allow some of his creativity to shine through, and nice to see him and Ty and Erds have a good game.
Coach, what is Erdal's? Is that just a really high level of speed? It's you start off with him, and now he's with Tanner and Ty. Is his game speed? It certainly seems like he could get into a high gear pretty quick. Yeah,
you're right. You're definitely he's fast. He's definitely fast, and he's a guy I've just been really impressed with since he's been here. Just super coachable, just constantly improving there, and he's going to continue to get more time on the power play and penalty kill as he keeps evolving. But I think he's a really nice asset to that line there to bring some speed and to really push the pace a little bit, open up some ice underneath him when he gets his feet moving there. And as you saw, I think maybe it was 5-on-5 and even in overtime 3-on-3. I mean, if he gets a step on it, he's gone. So he's just continuing to developing and improving.
So today's obviously World Black Give Back Day. Can you talk a little bit about what the impact is for donors to give to support hockey specifically in the athletic department as well?
Yeah, it's so important and I think that's one of the biggest things we talk to recruits about, and just when I even talk about my experience in Omaha, is just the community support that we get here, and just how many people are willing to step up and give to something that doesn't necessarily benefit them. They're giving back, so to speak, and helping out the athletics and the university, and it's really inspiring. And I think that allows us to do. We don't have maybe the highest budget in the league, but from some of our private support and donations, we've allowed to, do some things, whether it's feeding our players or travel or equipment or just all the things necessary to operate at a high level. Wouldn't be possible without the support from the community and our donors, and so we're very grateful for that. And it's awesome to see so many people involved.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep, you bet.